Disclaimer: I am just a humble Genshin Impact fan. I do not own any of the rights to Genshin Impact, or any of the content within it, such as the lore books. Those specifically belong to Hoyoverse. What I do have, however, are friends with things like learning disabilities, such as dyslexia and ADHD, or very little free time, making reading the lore books either in-game or on wiki pages hard for them. Our solution to these problems has been for me to make these recordings so that they can listen to them and still get to enjoy Genshin lore like the rest of us. I have chosen to upload these recordings to YouTube as a way of sharing them with other fans within the community who might be in similar situations. I am admittedly no voice actress, trained narrator, or video editor, but I have tried my best, so please be gentle with me. Therefore, without further ado, let's get into today's story. Hymns of the Far North. A book of hymns passed down for generations among the Frostmoon Scions, compiled by the priestess Erenrut. Most of its contents and the rites they serve have long since fallen into disuse. Volume 1. Found near the meeting point, Frostmoon Enclave, after upgrading it to level 5. O lips now voice a solemn hymn for me, to speak the North's old warnings low and high. I've left my land, my native shores, departed home, and wandered far, through realms unknown when none know my name, across a barren land long lost to fame. Bleak tundras find rest in deep waters wake, only snow dances upon 1,000 lakes. Yet still the moonlight bathes the path I trace, and winds still brush the snow from my face. Let me sing of how the moon first kissed the land, let me chant the verse that drives back evil bands. I praise the rivers raging strong, and praise the peaks that range ever on. I praise the bronze-bound ship of Zertavoinen, and the gold arrows of Ianikuinen unbroken. I curse the poisonous plot of Pakausko, and decry Poyola's calamity forevermore. My prayer a sacred word from heaven above, sang to my forebears by envoys beloved. But fate in the end is like a fleeting dream, and death like waters clear drowns every eye. So long as moonlight hangs in its prison on high, I cannot return to home beloved, even if it be nigh. Where golden light soft through verdant crown shines, where dawn stars in silver array the pines. O heirs of Hyperborea, mark this song, etched in your minds fast and strong. Seek not to tread the sly fox path slight, nor yearn for the great bear's haughty might. But so long as hymn and runo ring, the far north shall endure and eternal spring. Prayer Song 1. Pitkamunin, Lord of the Seven Calamities. The summer solstice. Burn the season's first sheaf of wheat. To this offering add a hen, an ox, snake gall equal in weight to the grain, as well as 7 cups of blood of the blanks blank. The archpriestess chants the runo 7 times, then performs divination using animal entrails to appease the gods. O supreme Lord of the sky, merciless and indomitable, Father of all and Mother of the gods, we offer these sacrifices to appease your jealousy, lest your wrath blaze against the earth. O capricious winged one, fierce king who lays waste to nations, God of the unyielding heart. O God of gender unknowable, we plead that you turn from the mortal realm and the children of the farthest north. You have shattered the order of the old laws and offered shelter to mortals and yet blank them. You have shaken the ancient dwellings of the Eternals, blanked their wings, and laid waste to their blank. You are the God of retribution, the vengeful deity. Your will is absolute beneath the moon, never to be disobeyed. In heaven and on earth your blade blank, drinking dry the blank of the wicked and the innocent. O blank and blank king, before you the gods are as mere mortals, and mortals naught more than insects. No one dares to speak your name, for you shall blank all who know it. But, O pure and wrathful God, we humbly ask you to accept this offering. May the Frostmoon shield us from the calamities you bring, and spare us the fate of eternal suffering. Note from Priestess Erenrut. It is notable that the prayer's obscured portions were not deliberately redacted if the relevant records are to be believed. Instead, the archpriestess was to chant in an indirect manner to avoid provoking the god of the seven calamities. Prayer Song 2, Mata'aka, Mother of Life. Upon the birth of a child, a pinch of sea salt is offered to the sacred stone. Clergy of assistant priestess rank or higher shall chant the runa 4 times before the newborn is bathed in warm water infused with winter isley. Hear me, O noble Mata'aka, mother of gods and mortals. From Hyperborea to Selvindignir, your compassion is revered by all. You watch over young women, easing their suffering and granting safe passage through childbirth. You rejoice in fecundity, giving life to the sublunary sphere, nurture all that grows in nature. You, mother of the waters who birthed a heart for the roaring primordial ocean. All birds, beasts, and fish in this world are yours, for you are the one who brought them into being. By your divine will you shape mortal flesh as a potter shapes clay. Therefore, I pray you bless this newborn child with health, courage, and wisdom. Note from Priestess Ehrenroot. This ritual was abolished 5 centuries ago by decree of Alia, the first moon chanter. In its place, one who is ranked assistant priestess or higher is to recite, "May the new moon illuminate your path" instead. This is meant to invoke protection for the child from the taint of the sublunary sphere. Prayer Song 3, Tuonetar, Mother of the Underworld. During the autumn harvest, animal sacrifices are offered in accordance with the social status of those who died that year. The prepared animals are placed in intricately carved wooden boxes or bronze vessels shaped like boats to be burned. Before the burning, a clergy member of assistant priestess rank or higher removes the eyes of each animal and presents them separately to the mistress of the underworld. With eyes veiled by a dark cloth, the archpriestess then chants the runa 4 times and performs divination using the animal entrails to please the deity. O mistress of the dead, slow to be moved and without expression. O shadowy lady of the underworld, somber, taciturn, fearsome, Tuonetar. You abhor the arrogant and the disrespectful, and from your grasp there is no escape. Your feet have trod both the humble hut and the gilded throne. The people fear you, for you see all, hear all, and judge all. We revere you for your boundless grace and all-embracing nature. The fate of all living beings rests solely in your hands, and you remain unmoved no matter how fervent the plea. Yet noble and majestic goddess, we know that gentleness and mercy are your first nature, just as you granted our ancestors liberation from all under the moon, except our humble offering. The descendants of the far north beseech you, now that the golden bloodline has returned to your bosom, that you lead us across Nether's dark stream, and let us sleep eternal in a dreamless dream. Note from Priestess Ehrenroot. This ritual was abolished 5 centuries ago by decree of Alia, the first moon chanter. Now, when an adherent of the frost moon dies, regardless of social status, an assistant priestess or someone of higher rank is to recite instead, "May the new moon lead you to the shore of peace." A simple and solemn funeral is then conducted. Prayer Song 4, Laimila, Mother of Time. On the winter solstice, a cloth bearing the year's significant events is burned, and its ashes are gathered in a silver cup filled with pure water. The archpriestess chants the runa 4 times, and when the wind begins to stir, they anoint the verdant crest with the blessed mixture to honor the divinity. O pure and eternal Mother of Time, sovereign who was never born and shall never die, you create all and destroy all. You remember all and allow them to be forgotten. You who in the moment of your birth also gave birth to yourself, O Supreme Mother. You are the one stillness within the endless flow, the one outsider in the sacred courtyard of the gods. May you protect the 4 imprisoned moons. May you protect the 4 imprisoned moons. You are the one outside in the sacred courtyard of the gods, the one stillness within the endless flow. You remember all and allow them to be forgotten. You create all and destroy all. O sovereign who shall never die and who was never born, pure and eternal Mother of Time. Note from Priestess Ehrenroot. The meaning of this prayer remains obscure, and the ritual described herein contradicts the established historical records. The verdant crest, a divine tree that appeared at the birth of the Moon Maiden 5 centuries ago, should not feature in any account of rituals predating that event. As no other known texts reference these rites, this is presumed to be a scribal error. Nevertheless, this passage has been preserved unaltered for the sake of textual fidelity. Prayer Song 5. Missing. Volume 2. Found near the meeting point, Frostmoon Enclave. Prayer Song 6. Takosa Ienekuinen, the Primeval Blacksmith. O great Father of Genesis, forger of the earth's bones and the triple moons, let your wrath right that askew throne so that the beauty may submit. On the first day you forged a golden bow with lunar gleam, a weapon meant to strike down your foes. Yet while you hunted, your bow was stolen, and now your enemy brandishes it as their own. On the second day you forged a great chariot, its moonlit glimmer meant to guard your home. Yet while you hunted, your wain was purloined, and your enemy claimed it as their own. On the third day you forged a shuttle of moonlight, your heart set on the daughter of the stars. Yet in your recklessness you wandered into a fog-drenched swamp, and the forge of light was quenched. You are the king of unspoken yet unspeakable. O bloodthirsty, murderous blacksmith, you are the master of misfortune, the lord of all evil, obsessed with the unjust deaths of the innocent and the ruinous fires of war. O terrible and mighty eternal workman, lord of two natures, so strong, hale, and heroic as the gods themselves, even the stars look upon you in awe. O indestructible Lord, please quiet this earth-shaking wrath, lift the torment that occupies my heart, and cast out this pitch-black disaster. Note from Priestess Ehrenroot. This is an ancient form of prayer once used to quell the fury of nature. Though records whisper of a lost variant, its final 4 lines meant to summon rather than quell natural disasters, it vanished from memory long before the birth of the Moon Maiden for reasons unknown. The moon chanter Aelia, first to hold the title, later revised and simplified this prayer. Her version, presented below, is now recognized as the standard for all recitations. O pale white frost moon, in the name of the descendants of the far north, I beseech you to appease this earth-shaking wrath. May your gentle light soothe the lingering pain that occupies our hearts and cast out that pitch-black disaster. Prayer Song 11. The goddess of the dawn star and apostle of the far north, Koita and Sirtavoinen. I call upon Koita, wife of Sirtavoinen, and first, fairest daughter of the Creator God. O generous maiden and bright morning star, your deeds are forever praised in music by the descendants of the far north. The cold wind of night cannot extinguish the silver flame within our chests, nor can its perilous darkness corrupt our hearts. One day we shall return home through the wild grasses of the lonely graveyards to the majestic golden city. I call upon you, Koita, truly blessed, to cast your favor upon our conquests, even as you once subdued all nations with your might. I call upon you to shake the earth, to make the cities tremble, and to let the enemies of the far north vanish like dew beneath the frost moon. Note from Priestess Ehrenroot. This prayer is older in form, preserved from a time long past. It was significantly revised by Aelia, the first moonchanter. The following text is now recognized as the standard for all recitations. The icy winds cannot extinguish the silver flame within our chests, nor can the evil nights corrupt our hearts. O pale white frost moon, protect the descendants of the far north, and let the pitch-black disasters of the cold night melt away like the morning dew. Prayer Song 16. Saralainen, the Stranger of Winter's Day. Oh, let not the death pangs you suffered pass into me, lover of frost and winter. You cheerful, fair, kind-hearted lad, noble born and nobly raised, a gentle and valiant son. Upon the starry steed you rose across the forsaken isle of Hisi and the dark, mist-shrouded lands of Pohjola, there to court the daughter of Pakasuko, that peerless beauty at her home. Then old Pakasuko, servant of our forebears, answered thus. He will grant the young lady's hand in marriage if you should open for him the gates of Pohjola. Cheerful, fair, kind-hearted one, you knew well that wicked scheme, yet you went forth freely. For were you not to go, old Pakasuko would have his gullible daughter suffer the punishment instead. In dark and foggy Pohjola, the Lord of 7 calamities carved you into 7 pieces, and that young and pure girl, the daughter of Pakasuko, shall never again be wed. O lost hero, I call upon you by your unspeakable name, you, the healer of the world's sorrows and misfortunes, and may your grace still the wild winds of the frigid night, and bring warmth to the young birds huddled on the frozen earth. Note from Priestess Ehrenroot. This is an old version of a prayer for wound healing and the curing of disease that was later revised and simplified by the first moon chanter Alia. The following text is now recognized as the standard for all recitations. O lost child, in the name of the descendants of the far north, I pray for the blessing of light. May the frost moon's grace still the wild winds of the cold night and bring warmth to the young birds huddled on the frozen earth. Volume 3. Found near the meeting point, Frostmoon Enclave. Prayer Song 21. Hurikata, Goddess of the Frostmoon. O Hurikata, Mother of Holy Light, pray hear my pleas and cast your gaze from on high. May your silent tears pierce the cold night, light a silver torch that never fades, and grant the people of the far north a guiding light. O Hurikata, Mother of the Silver Shuttle, hearken to my prayer and clothe the heavens in gentle veils. May your spun silver thread lead lost souls from the underworld's filth, that they may not lose their way in the cold night. O Hurikata, wherever you lead, we shall follow, and your will shall be our law. Better that the cold night of death blind our sight, than that we sing in shame beneath a false light. Note from Priestess Ehrenroot. This is an older, unedited version of the prayer. It was originally brief, as the only matters too sacred to be spoken of at length were the chief god who protected our ancestors and the origin, past, and future of the moons. The first moon chanter Alia later revised and simplified the prayer's content. The following text is now recognized as the standard for all recitations. O pale white frost moon, in the name of the descendants of the far north, I beseech you to cast down your gaze from the celestial dome above. May your gentle tears pierce the frigid night, and grant us, the forsaken and forgotten, your guiding light. Prayer Song 22. Kutar, the Moon Maiden. O pure and flawless new moon, in the name of the messenger of the frost moon, I beg for your grace and mercy. Cleanse us of our sins, I pray, and wipe away the endless pains and tears of those forever barred from Elysium. Other information. Completing this series awards the achievement Faith Was for the Transients as part of the Mortal Travails Series 6 collection. Pakauko, or Pakauko, is the Finnish name for Father Frost, Dead Moroz, a legendary figure similar to Father Christmas and Santa Claus. Pohjola is a location in Finnish mythology. In the Kalevala, a 19th century compilation of epic poetry from Finnish, Karelian, and Ingrian folklore, it is typically translated as Northland and depicted as the main rival of Kalevala, the home of the heroes in the epic. In Genshin, it is the island where the Gnosis were produced and is the northernmost island in Nod-Krai. Eruno is likely a nod to Old Finnish folk poetry from the Middle Ages and Norse or Viking runic prayers that often blended invocations for protection, healing, or victory within the carving of ruins. Ehrenroot, the priestess who compiled this book, is an open-world NPC who is located in the Frostmoon Enclave on Hisi Island. She has featured in multiple events, including the Archon quest. Following a certain dialogue branch for the first time, she will give the player 5 Frostlamp flowers. Her name is likely a nod to the Ehrenroot family of Finnish and Swedish origin. Pitkamunen is an anagram for Paimon token and is the Frostmoon Scions' name for the Heavenly Principles. Lord of the 7 Calamities is yet another name for the Heavenly Principles, meaning Prayer Song 1 effectively reads Heavenly Principles, Heavenly Principles. Mata'aka from Prayer Song 2, Mother of Life, shares her name with the mother goddess in Sami shamanism connected to childbirth. Prayer Song 5 is likely about Asmodee, the ruler of space who is currently missing. The simplified prayer Tehuri Kata is a slightly different version of the prayer recited by Lauma in the Moonlit Ballad of the Night trailer. O pale white frost moon, I, your loyal emissary and scion of Hyperborea, beseech you to cast down your gaze from the celestial dome above. May your gentle tears pierce the frigid night and grant us, the forsaken and forgotten, your guiding light. Lymelia is an alternative name for Istaroth. This name is based off the Baltic goddess Laima, who is a goddess of fate associated with childbirth, marriage, and death, while also being a patron of pregnant women. Hoita was the first angel of Celestia, the wife of Sertavoinen, and also known as the goddess of the Dawn Star. She and Sertavoinen led Hyperborea in an attempted rebellion against the heavenly principles, which ultimately failed. As punishment, she lost her power and her wisdom, though through a chance encounter with Boreas, she was able to recover and has since returned to Hyperborea, where she is awaiting a reunion with Sertavoinen. Sertavoinen is also known as the Apostle of the Far North, and was a voyager from across the Sea of Stars. They are the individual who warned Nibelung about the threat of the Abyss destroying Teyvat, and who would eventually become the spouse of Koitar. Sertavoinen has been referred to with both feminine and masculine pronouns, depending on the current shape of their physical form. Ienekuinen and Takoza Ienekuinen are both alternative names for Nibelung. Saralainen, or the Stranger of Winter's Day, was the third descendant. During an unspecified time period between the War of Funerary Flame and the Archon War, he was slain by the heavenly principles on Pohjola, and his remains were then turned into the Seven Gnosis. Other names. Sources. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Ad Astra Abyssosque.